me clearly. So perhaps you might have done the practice regularly and you might be getting the benefit. Today,
Girish,
yeah,
I just wanted to say, mention that last week's session was difficult to hear in the recording.
yes, yes,
There was, your voice was kind of coming in and out.
yes,
But
yes,
okay,
yes.
I used some private, previous
Yeah, yeah,
recordings.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So what I will do this week, I will check it before I send it. I record at two places. Which one is better? I will send it. So, yes, I think it's better we are revising in a different way to help you this session to grasp the message what we discussed last time. First thing that we should understand that the morning, the moment you wake up in the morning, it is always good to start with auspiciousness. Like, it will take 5 minutes. Let us do that practice, how you do
Your
it.
voice is fading off and on. Girish.
Oh, yes, 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 the rightly said. Now, see, check. Everything is okay? Now, yes. So, just 5 minutes we will spend so that you can do the practice every day. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Now it is okay. Eyes
And
are, yeah, I have done it. Eyes are closed. I can mute it, I cannot unmute it. So eyes are closed and just check place, position, and posture of the body, and then keep looking inside the head in the space. And oh well, if you do the Sanskrit chanting, it is good, or if you do it in English, that too is good. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. So every day, the moment you wake up in the morning on the bed, any time, you just check the mind returns to this auspicious movements. It means may there be happiness for all. So you just repeat 3 times, may there be happiness for all, may there be happiness for all. And then you start recognizing that happiness within you, behind and beyond unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. So you have a choice to choose happiness uh, beyond unwanted, unwelcome thoughts that enters the mind, maybe because of yesterday's reaction, anxiety, challenges. So that practice has to be done in the morning and before going to sleep so that your mind recognizes how to change. Second line, may there be peace for all. May there be peace for all. May there be peace for all. So you again, I'm saying the same thing. You recognize peace behind and beyond unwanted, unwelcome thoughts entering the mind. Yeah, we may be very silent in a mob or in a store when we withdraw the mind inside. That sort of recognition should happen. The third line, may there be wholeness in all, may there be completeness in all, may there be completeness in all. Now, the completeness, you are whole, I am whole. Whole represents that wholeness, completeness. Means what? The mind is not rushing, craving, running after anything in the world. So it is the state behind the unwanted, unwelcome thoughts that we should recognize every day in the morning and before going to sleep. And the last line, may there be auspiciousness for all. May there be auspiciousness for all. Auspiciousness, what it means? It means what is favorable, what is positive, what is good is already hidden with. So instead of running after the unwanted, unwelcome thoughts, we explore what hides behind it. And then, if you find you do it even for 5 minutes, you can open your eyes. Even if you do it for 5 minutes and you find your mind is getting deeper and deeper inside, it is better to stay. What else we need to do in the world outside? We think that we are always busy. It will also bring down your ego. That is why there are many mantras. There are more than 1,000 mantras have been discovered and validated by our masters. So we are now going in a very structured and systematic way. Check yourself how many times this week you will be doing and how many times you miss. You wake up in the morning and you miss because you have an unwanted, unwelcome thoughts in your mind. So you will miss it. So it means you are not progressing. You are not progressing. So, sometimes don't go to the science, I have, lot short-term memory, I forget it. No, it is nothing to forget. Do you forget to go to the restroom? Do you forget to eat the food? So, yes, now you can open the eyes. Now, what we have done last time, understand clearly the 7 steps of systematic mental transformation. It is the beginner's practice, and gradually we will advance into it. Advance into it. So, this practice, or any practice in the Eastern wisdom, demands daily commitment, dedicated practice, and application of these principles in everyday life. It is opposite of passive or magical thinking. We always take this spirituality as something magical. So if it is magical, so invite magician to your home and start learning from magician. Spirituality has nothing to do with a magic or a trick. Very much structured, very much organized systematic study. Systematic study of your mind. Of your mind. So understand one more time place, position, and posture. It is the foundation of stillness. What is the message our masters give? Say, for example, you are in anxiety because of some thought associated with the feeling. You bring the mind back to the body. Check. Oh, let me check place, position, and posture. So when you start feeling the sensation of the place, position, and posture, your mind not running engaged in that moment of anxiety reaction. Say you are with your partner and a partner said you something and inside you are burning and you have bunch of the thoughts. Instead of those thoughts, you bring your mind back to the place, position, and posture. You will see your gesture and clarity is there and the calmness is there. That is briefly is the first step we should. In modern science, we say it is the somatic awareness, psychosomatic awareness. Means that instead the mind continues to be engaged in unwanted thought and a reactive thought inside you, and then you start blasting outside. If you are weak, you will blast. So your mind has already shifted the attention on the somatic. Soma means the body. So body awareness, place, position, and posture. So the posture is not merely about sitting straight. It is a fundamental act of rewiring your mind. Understand it clearly. Any form of anxiety, reaction, anger, and hesitation, you remember, don't remember me, remember the principle. Oh, let me shift. Let me shift. That is our first step. Place, position, and posture. The second step is sensory withdrawal. That is what I say being comfortable. That is what I said. And so you build the foundation. You build the foundation in a, let us, I will make you uh, remember the acronym. You build the foundation in the first. By how? By place, position, and posture. You have already heard, I told you how to be comfortable leads to sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So in the breathe acronym, you return the mind inward. From inside, you look at the skin of the body and you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. It means you change the direction of the mind consciously. You are looking, with eyes closed, you are looking at your body's skin. And once you look at it, you will find you have a sensation, comfort, and steadiness. That letter is R. The second step is R means you return the mind to the to the body again, and you feel settled. You experience that sensation, comfort, and steadiness. We will do the practice today again after understanding. The third step is A. BRE. Now, BRE. E. So, E letter, that is understood as being carefree. That is what I used to. So, E means you experience the observer. You experience now the observer. That is the third step. So third step is you experience the observer. Means now there are two things. One is observed and other is observed. Make it so simple. You have to sit down and reflect again and again. You see the same example. Do you see me? Yes, I see you. So seeing is perception. Perception is experience. So when you see me, you perceive me, I am perceived for you, and you are the perceiver. You are the observer, I am the observed. It's such a beautiful principle and it takes long time for us. What we do, we mess up the observer and observed. Then what happens? Then you say, I'm anxiety. I am in stress. Why you insulted me? And when you separate it, then you recognize I'm in anxiety. No, this is the thought of anxiety. Anxiety and the thought is different and separate from me. It takes time. It takes time only when you practice days after days, weeks, and or there is a chance, ego says, I understood it. Why don't you think that I have not understood it? So I'm already in anger. I'm already agitated. Many people, they are unconscious. They are not aware what they are asking, what they are doing. Why don't you think? Why you think that, I did not understand? I have already understood it. So E, ladder, BRE. Experience the observer. Do you see me? Yes. Do you listen to me? Yes. Whatever you listen, hear, taste, feel, experience, perceive is separate and different from you. Otherwise, it would be a big problem. It would be a big problem for all of us. What do you mean by big problem for both of us, of all of us? What do you think is because if I become observed in real life, if I become observed in real life, I have a lot of problem in my life. Say, for example, I see the donkey and I become the donkey. It is a matter of awareness. It's not a matter of, it's not a matter of, it's not a matter of, what do you say? It's not a matter of unconscious. So, B, acronym, B, building your inner ground, R, you return within. That is your second step. Being carefree is you experience the observer, and then comes BREA. The letter A, BRE, letter is you activate the wisdom intellect. That is, there is a wisdom intellect, there is a worldly intellect. We have discussed, I believe, in couple of sessions, you wisdom, you activate the wisdom intellect. Means you reflect, you check whether you are observer and you are separate from the observed. Whether you are an observer of the anxiety, which is separate, you are observer of the reaction, you are observer of the duality and a it is different and separate from you. Can you do that? If you can do that, you will be surprised that you are already free from that anxiety. You are already free from that anxiety. That is the letter E. So what we did first is we did B, the place, position, and posture. So I represent it with you build the build the ground, or build the whatever you say, the inner ground. Or you return the mind. How you return the mind? You know it. What you know it? You are looking at the body. You are feeling sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And E is the you experience the observer. And A, you activate the wisdom intellect. Through your intellect, you think, okay, now I'm different from anxiety, I'm different from the duality and a conflict. This is a thought associated with a feeling. I'm not a thought. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Can you do that? Can you live into that? A, and then you turn the breath. So T is the turn the breath. Turn the breath means You start looking at the three-pointed awareness of the breath. Three-pointed awareness of the breath. Three-pointed awareness of the, or you simply say the breath. Because of the acronym, I'm helping you to remember T. Tend the breath. Tend the breath, you're looking, tending. Now carefully, you're not changing the rate in the rhythm of the breath. You're not changing the rate in the rhythm of the breath. You're simply experiencing the breath. Clear? Then comes H. H and E, there are two letters left. Harmonize the breath with the mantra. So you have started looking at the breath. You are observing that you are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Okay, then you start dropping Om Shanti on the track of the breath. Clearly, you're driving in a lane. When you are driving, huh? When you are driving either on the highway, you're driving in a lane. You don't go opposite to it. When you go opposite to it inside your head, it means you are carried away by the unwelcome, unwanted thoughts. And that is sure to bring the problem. And then the last letter E. Last letter is you enter into the non doing awareness. What is non doing awareness? You're not doing anything, you're aware of the happening. So that letter represents by E, happening. You enter into non doing. What is non doing? Non doing is happening. You are not doing anything, your eyes are open. So, because your eyes are open, by default you see me. But fact, you are not doing mentally. You are not thinking how this guy looks at all, or whether this is a guy or a girl. That thought doesn't come to your mind. It is just a state of happening. When you go into that state of the happening, you're, what happens? You go deep inside. You have a deeper awareness, you have a higher level of awareness. That is what the mindfulness brings. This is the basic practice so that you can remember. I remember if you do the practice regularly without fail, with commitment, and you remember the breathe letter during the day, you will see that yes, you can pick up any letter, you remember. Returned. Oh, this guy just agitated me. Return, return, return the mind within. So instead of your mind continues to create unwanted, unwelcome, reactive thoughts, it happens even at the home, with a partner or with someone. So when you return your mind, you can hold back your mind, you can take over the mind. So I'm making it simpler and simpler. But I will not do. I listen to you. I am very busy. I only have 1 hour every week, and the rest of the time I spend in anxiety reaction, duality, and a conflict. Then change will not come unless you are committed, unless you do the practice daily, unless you think. Last point before we start the practice, there is a word in Eastern wisdom which is known as satsanga. Sat, it is made up of two syllables. Sat means real truth, sang means company. Entire Eastern wisdom, any principle, any discussion, any concept points us to the real. But satsang is normally literally said that when there are group of people and where the teacher is teaching. That is also known as the satsang. But then again, understand satsang has two parts. One is external, where you listen to the teacher, you understand, you raise question, and you are clear. First part. Internal part. You sit down alone. Okay, what the teacher taught me, let me understand. Let me raise the doubt. It is possible or not. Let me raise the question. You reflect on it. You reflect until you are 100% clear. Your mind has a conviction that I move to the reality. One part internal, second part is the practice, and then you follow the practice. So your intellect is convinced. When the intellect is convinced, the mind will not bring the unwanted thought. When it will not bring the unwanted thought, then you go into the practice, you are absorbed into the practice, and it will, what is known as, gradually and progressively, it leads you to what? It leads you to awakening. So let us follow this breathe acronym. Close your eyes. You build the inner ground. What do you mean you build the inner ground? Build the inner ground with the place, position, posture. So basically, you redirected your mind and you start feeling the place of the body, the position of the body, and the posture. Is your mind still running after some unwanted thought? Or mind is saying, oh no, what is next? You just complete it, finish it. That is another problem with the mind. Why it happens, this problem, because of because we habituated the mind to run after oscillation of attention or distraction. Because of that distracted attitude, the mind says, oh, let me run to the second step, hurry up. Mindfulness, no hurry, no worry, no curry. So you gently become aware of the entire body, place of the body, position of the body, and the posture. And now R, the letter R, return the senses inward. Specifically, when I say R word, return the senses inward, uh, it is it is it is also being comfortable. Comfortable means what? You rediscovered the comfort. How do you rediscover the comfort? By moving the mind within. Change of direction, I can say, or and it is so simple. Even if you remember at any time, say you are talking to your and any person, I'm always saying partner. Why should I say that? You're talking to any person, and internally your mind starts reacting, and suddenly you change the direction of the mind. How? By by mentally looking at the skin of the body repeatedly until you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So now you see what happens. Mind on one side is reacting, on the other side, you are also experiencing sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So when you repeat in lot of situations for a couple of weeks, what you will learn how to remain calm in spite of hesitated incidents in your life, either with your partner or friends or anyone. It's a matter of art is a matter of return the senses inward, return the sense. So you see that, now I'm speaking to you, making you understand. You still continue to move your mind on the skin of the body from the top of the head to the toes, slowly, gently. And as you move it slowly and gently, experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You can say simply, yes, sensation, I feel it, yes. Comfort is there, yes, it is hiding inside, but I'm aware of it. And a sense of steadiness is there, yes, the sense of steadiness is also there. It is going to help you a great deal, my friends, provided you are committed and sincere. And then we move to the next step. You already know that what are the steps? B, R, E. So the letter E means you experience the observer and observe. If I say observe both means two. You see that both means two. You experience the observer and observe. It means two. And two means one, all your experiences, thoughts, feelings, the thoughts and feelings, that is the one. And the second part is the observer, observer. And what is this experience the observer means? Experience observer means you are not dictated, influenced, reacting to any of your experiences, including thoughts, hesitation. They remain separate from you. It is a great step. And without regular practice, you cannot reach to that state. So experience the observer and observe what I used to say, being carefree. You simply remember the breath along with all the steps. If you repeat while listening to me, you will find it is easy for you to do the practice on your own after a couple of weeks of regular practice. Once your mind remembers VRE, and then the letter comes A. A is the activate the wisdom intellect instead of worldly mind. Means what? What do you mean by activating? You see you see or observe unwanted thoughts, and you say in your mind, okay, they are thoughts, not me. They are, they are thoughts and feelings and experiences, and not me, You keep insisting in the mind, Me, observer. It's not me movement, don't go there. Me, observer, and me not. They are my experiences, no doubt, but not me. My car is not me, my phone is not me, my house is not me, my nose is not me, my eyes are not me, so my thoughts are not me. You insist, you insist. That insist is your reflection, and that is the letter A. Very good, that is the letter A. You insist. Let me repeat it. We started with B. You build the ground, you build the inner ground by place, position, and posture. You return the senses inward, or you being comfortable, and experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. I told you, if you don't follow the stepwise approach, the structured approach in the beginning, to become totally unstructured, means what? The time comes you live in a higher awareness, and then you need not to follow any structure. You can simply enter into that awareness. Very awareness and consciousness is unstructured, but to approach it through the mind, we have to follow a structure. That is why I'm requesting you to remember, build the inner ground, return to the senses, being comfortable. Then, in a breathe acronym, E is the experience, the observer, and then activate the wisdom intellect. How? By reflecting, by thinking. That whenever any thought comes, you have to discern, separate between me and me not. So it is activate me and me not. So why? Because then only it becomes you can be aware of the breath. Now we come to the T. You become aware of the breath. Tend the breath. Tend the breath. How you tend it? You tend it with a 3-point attention. What are the 3 points? The first point, you are simply watching the breath going in and out. Second point, you feel the sensation inside the nose when the breath goes in, when the breath comes out. Third point, you are attentive that you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. You see, that's what I use the acronym T, tending the breath. Tending the breath with a 3-point awareness. So if you remember the 3-point awareness, it will help you to rise into higher awareness. Tending means you manage your breath awareness, or I can say you lean to the breath awareness. You lean to the breath with the 3-point attention. I'm making it easy, and so you're just looking at the breath casually. Just looking at the breath going in and out, you notice. You look at the person and you see, oh, the person is approaching towards me. Good. The person is moving his both arms. Good. And he has a symmetrical walk. Good. You are not doing anything to that person. So breath is a third person for you. Breath is a third person for you. How? You tend the breath with 3 point, 3 point attention. I made it clear, my friends. You are tending the breath with a 3 point awareness of the breath. We still have the two letters H, harmonize the breath with the mantra, and the E, enter you the non-doing awareness. So let us start with H, harmonize the breath with the mantra. Now you have recognized that you are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Very good. So on that breath is the track. You can say it is the right lane and the left lane. So you recognize the right lane as the incoming breath, and there you drop Om Shanti. Om Shanti means I am the peace. Where left lane breath is returning Om Shanti. So you're not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. It's a very subtle way of the practice, very subtle practice. Very subtle means what? Your mind is subtle. Then what? If the mind is subtle, you move into higher awareness. But why I have to move into higher awareness? To find your real self. Subtle and a higher awareness leads us to a success in meditation. It is not you're practicing with half-hearted approach, habitual, and no. That is not going to work, my friends. So you are here dropping Om Shanti. You are dropping Om Shanti on the incoming and the outgoing breath. So we have done harmonize the breath with the mantra, the H letter. And now we have the last step. Last step is the letter B. Breathe. You enter into non-doing state. What do you mean by non-doing state? You're not doing anything. But you're listening to me. No, listening is not doing anything. Ears are open and the sound strikes it. So you're not doing anything at all. You're simply in a happening state. You didn't create the body, you didn't create the sensations. So they are natural sensations in the body. Mind experiences the natural calmness. Yeah, let it happen. But basically, you are not doing anything. So when you do nothing, fundamentally, there is our real nature that does nothing. It is our mind, body, senses. They keep running outside, inviting unwelcome thoughts, feeling, and emotions, etc., etc., etc. They do nothing. So when you live into that state for a longer period, and it happens naturally. It happens naturally. What it means it happens naturally? That your mind will be absorbed deeper. Uh, we will have one more lesson logically understanding this breathe acronym is a practice, beginner's practice for mindfulness. Next week, plus, we will have a new lesson to make you aware, and we'll have a different perception and understanding of these two minds, the worldly and the wisdom mind. If you are in a wisdom mind, that is what we are going to understand. That is how I designed this program for you. So when we discern the two intellect or the mind, sometimes we use the word intellect, sometimes we use the word mind. So mind, intellect, past impression, and the ego, they all are part of the thought. So Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. One more time, you already know. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both your palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. And how are you? And
Yes, I started out with having lots of thoughts, but not really bothersome thoughts of here
Yes,
and there what you do during the day. So, and I tried very hard to get away
yeah.
by
When they do,
relaxing, finding the right posture,
yeah,
and I calmed down towards the end. Yeah. Because I
beautiful.
said, I'm here to do meditation and I better succeed in this hour.
Yes. Why you succeed only in this hour? You should succeed all the time
Yeah,
during the
for
day.
the next 100 days, 100 years.
Yeah, but beautifully said. Your mind and perhaps moved to the wisdom intellect. You picked up. Oh, these thoughts are not disturbing me. There are a lot of thoughts. They are coming and going. That is what the third step is. You experience the observer. Beautiful. How are you, Sophie?
I am good, Girish. I think I completely phased out at some point. But what I've noticed when the experience is really good
Very
is
good.
that you feel all the 7 steps at the same time.
Yes, yes. So, all the 7 steps you are pointing to where I want you all to go. You experience all the 7 steps at the same time. It is nothing but the pure consciousness. It is a state of doing nothing. It is the mindfulness at a higher level. Yes, even thinking of it, reflecting on it, is a good thing to do. Then what? You're not doing anything. You just remember, breathe, and you are already there. And your honey looks at you, he or she is angry. Now I'm talking in general sense. And you are, just breathe, you're okay. Very good. How are you, Meet?
Thank you.
I feel peaceful and I also feel joy. There's some
Yes.
joy moving through me. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So when you live into that state, there is always a joy inside. It means joy is not outside, it's a pleasure is outside. The pleasure is always temporary. Any pleasure, eating, sex, clothes, buying a car, pleasure, power, and possessions. You always have a short lived. That is why it is called the pleasure. But why it is short lived? It is a delusion. Why it is a delusion? The pleasure is not the property of anything outside. What a beautiful way our masters put it. Pleasure is not the property of smartphone, but I upgrade the phone and I'm happy. But I don't recognize it is a delusion. I marry, first few days we are very happy, or maybe first few months. But after that, we all have our own stories. Nothing to say more about it. And then we divorce to be happy. Anyhow, let me. I am going to send you the audio file and video, so just check it. If